everyone, welcome to BTT Legal World News. I'm Panita.
And I'm Zahal. Today we'll go through the latest updates in the political and legal sphere. For this week's international legal news headlines, rocket attack injures US personnel at Iraqi base. Riots between far-right groups and anti-racism demonstrators break out across the UK. Wall Street has suffered its worst day on the 6th of August in almost 2 years after a global stock market sell-off. US judge rules that Google has an illegal monopoly over internet searches.
National news headlines. Australia raises terrorism threat level to probable from possible after advice from the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation. A second person has died amid Legionnaires' disease outbreak. The High Court to decide on the legality of curfews and ankle bracelets for those freed from indefinite immigration detention. 4 men have been charged after $280 million of methamphetamine was seized by authorities.
You've probably heard that lawyer fees can really add up, right? Imagine how much money you could save if you handled most of your legal case yourself. With BTT Lawyers now you can. At BTT Lawyers, we understand that family law cases can be really complicated and expensive. That's why we give you complete control over your case and your expenses. Believe it or not, you can handle 70% of your case yourself. With the help of our legal advisors, clear plans and cutting-edge technology, you can manage the key parts of your case on your own. From preparing documents to tracking your case progress, you'll be able to understand and control everything. We're always here to support you through our offices in Preston, Dandenong, Sydney and Canberra. Facing legal issues doesn't mean going broke or giving up on your case. With BTT Lawyers, you'll only pay a small fraction of the typical legal fees. Ready to take charge of your case? Contact us today. BTT Lawyers, with you, for your case.
A suspected rocket attack by Iranian-backed militias at Iraq's Al-Assad air base injured 7 US personnel, according to US defense officials. As many as 7 military and civil personnel were hurt. The attack coincides with rising tensions in the Middle East after recent high-profile killings in Lebanon and Iran.
Ministers warned rioters will pay the price after violent clashes spread across the UK, resulting in dozens of arrests. The unrest involving anti-immigration demonstrators and counter-protesters marked the worst civil disorder in over a decade. Police faced attacks in multiple cities with injuries and property damage, reported. Home Secretary Wade Cooper urged strong action against offenders. The violence followed online disinformation, fueled by right-wing activists, reinstated on social media. Keir Starmer's government may introduce emergency powers to prevent further unrest.
Wall Street saw its worst decline since 2022, with the Dow dropping over 1,000 points and the S&P 500 falling 3%. Concerns over a slowing US economy, disappointing job reports, and high interest rates fueled the sell-off.
A US judge has ruled that Google created an illegal monopoly for its search engine, spending billions to thwart competition and stifle innovation. The landmark decision, marking a significant win against big tech, found that Google holds a 89.2% share in general search services, rising to 94.9% on mobile devices. Google plans to appeal the decision, arguing its dominance is due to consumer preference.
Australia has elevated its terrorism threat level from possible to probable due to rising radicalisation among youths. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese emphasised no specific threats are known. The increase follows advice from the Australian Security Intelligence Organisation.
2 people have died from Legionnaires' disease in Melbourne amid an outbreak affecting 77 confirmed cases. Authorities suspect the source is a water cooling tower in Derrimut and Laverton North in Victoria.
The High Court is set to decide on the legality of curfews and ankle bracelets for those freed from indefinite immigration detention. Last year in November, the High Court ruled in the NZYG decision that indefinite immigration detention is unlawful where there is no real prospect of the removal of a person from Australia becoming practicable in the reasonably foreseeable future. The ruling meant that roughly 150 people were released into the community, with most of the individuals having served jail time. Soon after, the government introduced new strict measures involving those released in detention to be subject to wearing ankle bracelets and living under a curfew. Criminal sanctions would apply to those who did not follow the procedures. The new law allows the Immigration Minister to set conditions on bridging visas issued to individuals which have been released. Some have called the new laws draconian-style laws and believe the laws breach the Constitution as it equals to a form of punishment which only courts can impose. 4 men, including one teenager, have been charged up to $280 million worth of methamphetamine was hidden inside machinery, shipped from the US. The drugs were discovered during an X-ray screening at the Melbourne Container Examination Facility. The men allegedly spent days trying to locate the drugs before being arrested at a factory in Campbellfield. The 19-year-old, 20-year-old and an 18-year-old will face the Melbourne Magistrates Court, while the 17-year-old will appear in the Children's Court. The seized methamphetamine could have yielded over 3 million street deals, which experts say could have significantly impacted community health and safety. That concludes our episode for today.
Thank you for joining us on BTT Legal World News channel.